Good to see you all again here in our FlossTube channel. I've been absent for a bit. Been rather busy there in the old workshop there, and you know, Santa doesn't have any elves to help him out in the workshop, so I've got to do everything myself. But been doing a lot of spooling around here lately with.
That's right. Been doing a lot of traveling, and we're here today. I'm Kathy.
And I'm Peter.
And I'm Carolina CrosStitcher.
And I'm Pete Skeps.
Yes. And this is our FlossTube, and this is a special FlossTube. We want to talk to you about our road trip.
Yes, special road trip we took in the end of May, and wow, what a whirlwind of a trip it was. It was really a blessed time.
It was a
wonderful time together. 1,700 miles, and we saw a lot of road.
Yeah.
Met a lot of really nice people. Had a great time, and we wanted to share that with you. That's what this video is all about. For those who are new here, Kathy is Carolina CrosStitcher, and you can see several of her floss tubes on there, some of them including me, which she allows, and
a lot of them including you.
And then of course showing stuff from Pete's Biscuit. But this is all about the road trip.
This is about the road trip and a lot of haul.
A lot of haul.
Retreat news.
This one a lot of haul.
Yeah.
I got a little bit.
You got a little bit. You got kindness.
I got kindness. Yeah, mine was free. Was given to me.
Yes.
She had to pay for hers.
Yeah, a lot of haul, a lot of great friends, retreat news, and then at the end or along, we'll talk about the great possibilities that we have for the future.
Everything's looking rosy
yeah,
there.
Everything is looking really good.
Yeah, so we pulled chocks, so to say. You know, some of you Air Force folks will know what that means. Anyway, we left home on May 22nd. Monday, and headed west, I-40, going across North Carolina.
Towards the mountains.
Towards the mountains, Blue Ridge Mountains, that is, and our Smoky Mountains, which have so much charm.
Yes.
And we were on our way to Hendersonville, North Carolina. And we arrived there and spent the night. Next morning, we got up and went to see Sandy at Sandy's CrosStitch on the Go.
CrosStitch on the Go.
And you need to have, if you go to these places, you're going to have GPS. It'll take you right in there. It's kind of hard to find some of these places there, but Sandy's got a beautiful store right there. It's almost like a home.
It is a home.
She
actually lives there. Yeah.
And
she lives upstairs.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful place, beautiful location.
I can't remember how many years she says she's been in business. It's 25, 26 or more. She's been there a long time.
Yeah. So it was nice meeting her. She's so gracious, allows us to come in and do some filming.
Yeah.
And so I saw all the nice stuff in her shop there. And
she's a big needle pointer, and she does classes on needlepoint. Her classroom is really comfortable. She's got chairs with these cushions for the back. I just wanted to sit down and do some stitching.
Yeah, I wanted to sit down and do some sleeping. That's what I do best.
But anyway, we have posted a shop tour video on our YouTube channel, and we'll link that on our FlossTube. If you haven't caught it, we just uploaded that yesterday. So that is new and fresh for you to look at, and it shows a lot of her beautiful stitching, a lot of cross stitching, floss, so many floss. She has a room that's nothing but floss. Actually, 2 rooms, I think.
Exactly. Yeah.
Lots of charts, lots of beautiful charts.
Yeah, beautiful things there. Everything's so organized, so neat and clean. I don't know how she keeps all the stuff dusted. It's amazing.
I know it, and that she lives there too. I mean, it's her home. Yeah.
I know.
But anyway, I did. That was the first of my haul that I want to share with you.
There you go.
Yeah. And one of the things that we want to share with you about Sandy's, if you plan to go, and you should, because she's got a beautiful shop and she's a sweetheart.
Get your boogie on there.
Get my boogie on. But anyway, she doesn't accept credit cards, so be sure to take a check or cash. I was fortunate that I had a check just stashed down in my wallet, and on the way there, we had just about gotten to Hendersonville, and both of us looked at each other and said, "Oh, did you bring any cash?" But we had a little bit. We didn't have too much.
Who uses cash nowadays? I mean, what does it look like?
We use our credit card for everything.
I stand amazed when I'm in the grocery store and somebody in front of me pulls out the checkbook to pay for the groceries.
A lot of people still do
want to take a picture of them there and send it to the Smithsonian.
A lot of people still do. But anyway, I wanted to show you some haul that I got from Sandy's. The first thing I got, well, it was kind of all together. I bought this beautiful chart from JBW, Alphabet Hearts. I just love the pinks and the greens and that. Oh, that's so pretty. Let me show you a bigger picture here. Hope you can see that okay. Judy, you did a beautiful job on this, and I can't wait to stitch it. Every one of your charts I want. She had the pears and the pear and the apple and the deer and the reindeer and just so many of yours that were stitched as samples, as displays.
They look really nice.
Oh, they look so pretty.
Nice.
But anyway, Sandy suggested I do this on banding, this beautiful white banding. Let me close that so maybe you can see the detail up at the top. Can you see that detail at the top? I hope you can. It's kind of hard for us to tell what you can see. And to put this on one of Peter's spools.
There we go.
So that's what I'm going to do.
I'd have to make a special spool just for that.
I got this Jim Shore Mint Hill kit that I've not done a Mint Hill before. Mill Hill.
Mill Hill.
There's a Mint Hill in North Carolina.
There is, matter of fact, yeah.
So this is Mill Hill. And it comes with, look at all those little beads. Oh my
Gazillion
word.
beads, yeah.
The floss, the paper. I think there's probably, yeah, there's even a needle in there. So that's going to be fun to do. I love Jim Shore.
Your happy snowman.
Happy Snowman. And then I've got this, anything with birds on it. This is Crossed Wing Collection, red birds and raspberries. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my goodness. And this was published back in 1989. Timeless. Some charts are just absolutely timeless. So I want to do that for sure. When? I don't know.
Yeah, you got so many things now. You have to stick around for a while to be able to do them all.
I know. I just need more hands.
Yeah.
More hands, more time, more energy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed the video of that there, and go visit Sandra's shop there in Hendersonville. It's a beautiful place. Hendersonville is a really beautiful, beautiful community there, a little bit south of Asheville, and they got a lot of road work going on at the time there, highways and stuff like that. But yeah,
Very artsy community.
very
We have
artsy.
a lot of art shops.
Yeah, a lot of creative
A
people.
lot
there.
of creative people.
Yeah, I felt intimidated there.
I think it's something about the mountains.
Maybe so.
Well, maybe we need to move to the mountains and
Maybe so.
that'll help our creative juices
I don't
flow.
know. Every place we go, we say, well, let's move here.
I know.
Let's stay there.
We do.
Almost moved to Ohio several
Oh
times.
yeah.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But anyway, so we left Sandy's and headed
to Johnson
west,
City,
west
Tennessee.
to Johnson City, Tennessee.
Actually, we headed north. This is the directionally challenged one. They're giving you directions, right?
Hey, you said west, so I trust you.
Listen to directions. You'll see a sign saying "Welcome to California." She thinks she's going.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, yeah. So we left there and we drove up to the mountains. Oh, what a beautiful ride that was!
Beautiful,
Oh.
beautiful, yeah.
And Kathy, being a navigator there, she had the GPS going, had the atlas out, and then also looking on her phone,
atlas.
following along the way there. Big atlas, I know.
Big atlas.
So
Yeah.
she became quite an astute
fun.
navigator on the
Yeah, it
trip
was
up
fun.
there.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful drive up there, and we ended up in Johnson City,
Tennessee. And the mountains in Tennessee are pretty big.
They are very
We
beautiful
went through
mountains.
Kentucky. We got through Kentucky
Went through
first.
Kentucky.
Little edge of
Yeah.
Kentucky, and then over to Tennessee.
Sure did.
It's
Sure
beautiful.
did. Yep. Yeah. And so yeah, we got to end up there in Johnson City, Tennessee, and then we got into town. We couldn't find a place. The GPS kept saying, "You're here."
You were here.
And
Going
all we
down
saw
Main
was
Street.
all we saw was buildings and big office buildings.
But you
and,
had real good sense about your. I'm directionally challenged. You're not.
Well, I figure there's no parking here, so I figure let me drive around behind all these buildings,
what
see
you
if there's a
did.
parking lot.
Right.
What do you know? What a quinky dink! And we saw the sign for somebody else's video there of a quilting shop that was there. And I said, I knew it. I knew where we're at now.
Yeah. The quilting shop was called In Stitches.
In Stitches.
And there's a parking lot. Matter of fact, I think it's called Downtown Public Parking or something.
Market parking.
Market parking.
Yeah.
So if you pull into that little square, and it's hard to find a parking spot, you have to keep going, kind of circling around. But we lucked up, found a parking spot, and the video that we watched helped us.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
So,
because you have to get in and then you face In Stitches.
right.
Look to the left.
There's a little tunnelway there, and you go down that tunnelway. Just on the left side, there's a doorway entrance.
Yeah.
And they have an elevator and stairs, but the elevator only works if you
If
put
they're
a $50
there.
bill in the slot and they'll let you in. No, I'm just kidding.
There's steps you go up. I think they own both. The
They do.
upper and lower, but the upstairs is the store.
Upstairs is the store.
Their store. Yeah.
Yeah, and downstairs is some, I don't know, they sell like hippy dippy stuff down
Yeah,
there or
it's
whatever.
almost like a head shop.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know if y'all
And
remember.
if you know what that means, we know.
We know what generation you come from.
Anyways.
Being, I used to live in Carver, and Chapel Hill was right there,
Yeah.
and we had a lot of head shops in Chapel Hill.
Finally, once we got to figure out where we're going there, we'd called ahead of time there, and Sandy and Fred, the owners of the shop there, invited us out to lunch, to a nice Mediterranean lunch there. So I had a great time visiting them, and we planned on only spending a couple hours there. I think we spent like 5 hours in the shop there. It was
We didn't
really
leave till
wonderful.
5 o'clock.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful.
It was great. We really
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But we met Amy, who is an employee there, and we met Bonnie Woomer, that's her LNS. And she was so sweet. She shared, actually, let me show this, some stitchy kindness. She watches our FlossTube, and she knows how much I love faith-filled charts. So she just gave me a handful of these to stitch or to share.
What a blessing.
So we'll be doing some of both of those.
There you go.
So thank you, Bonnie. It was
Yeah.
wonderful meeting you. You're
Yes,
such
it
a
was.
sweet lady.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and she's an amazing gardener. I've seen some of her pictures on FlossTube of her garden.
Really?
And yeah,
Oh, I
she's
didn't know
gonna
she
have.
gardened.
Yeah, she's got a
that's
lot of garden.
I could use some pointers from her for my sorry garden.
She's got the raised beds.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I remember talking about that.
Yeah. But anyway, it was delightful to meet Sandy and Fred. They were
Yeah.
just real sweet, dear people, and Sandy let us record.
Yeah.
And so that is also on our FlossTube if you want to go look at her shop. We did a video. Peter did the video. I walked around and did the shopping.
I'm still learning how to use this camera with this gimbal thing I've got, so please forgive me if all of a sudden the camera just shoots up off to the left or to the right or down below,
Yeah.
I'll get better at it eventually.
So Peter did the shooting and I did all the editing and adding music and all that. Oh, that's fun.
She did good.
Yeah,
Did good.
yeah. I forgot to get the name of it. I'll link that below. There's a website that I found that has music you can download, and you pay you can do a monthly fee or you can do an annual. It was cheaper to do annual, so I went ahead and did annual.
Yeah.
And they have so many different songs. You can get
Depends. I was in there going through all these songs, listening to the music.
making lists of what I want. So there's some lively music in there, and with it being in Tennessee, we thought we needed some bluegrass
Gotta have
picking.
bluegrass. I mean, that's
Yeah.
it's not Kentucky, the bluegrass state, but it's still
Oh, Tennessee.
Tennessee is
yeah,
good.
yeah.
That type of.
But anyway, I did do some shopping.
Of
So y'all
course.
want to see what I got?
You betcha.
I've never stitched these before. The sleighs, little sleigh stitching on perforated paper. So I got this. It's Foxwood Crossing Snow Grateful, and I think it's so cute. Oh my gosh, look at the little snowman. I got Foxwood Crossing Snowy Visitors. Aren't they cute? Oh my gosh. And then I got Annie B's has done a series too. This is 12 sled ornaments, and they're still the minis. They're still the mini sleds. It's Annie B's.
That'll keep you busy for a while.
And then I got one more of the sleds, and this is Foxwood Crossing's Small Sleds Mini Villages. I just think they're so cute with little houses. Hope you can see that with the glare's not blurring it out too much. So of course, getting all those, I had to get some perforated paper. So I got some perforated paper, and this is what count is this?
Don't know.
14 count. This is 14 count perforated paper. So I am really interested in trying that. That's fun.
Set up nicely
That's
there.
fun.
Yeah.
And then I was looking at her linen, and I've always heard about the lakeside linens. Everybody talks about the lakeside, and lakeside linen's hard to find. And so I was looking through what she had, and she had some vintage navy bean. Isn't that pretty? Let me show you this side. So I got a Stitcher's half. Woohoo! I think I'll be able to put a lot of stuff on that, huh? Isn't that beautiful? Look how pretty. Kind of
Very
has
nice.
a gray, but it's not too gray. It's got browns. It's got a little bit of modeling. So that was my haul. It doesn't look like much, but
It's nice.
it's
Very
nice.
nice stuff. Yeah.
I had to kind of limit each store, each
That's
shop.
right. It's a
Yeah.
bad thing to go broke there 2 days into our trip when you got 10 days looking at it ahead of us, or 2 weeks.
Peter
Whichever.
said on one of our stops, he said, Okay, you know what you spent at the shop today? Well, that could have paid for the hotel room
I
tonight.
know. I was worried about having to sleep in a car.
No.
Yeah.
So we
anyway,
really enjoyed being with
wonderful trip, but I had a little haul as well too.
Right, you did.
Mine was free.
That's well, that's not haul. That's kindness.
Oh, that's kindness.
You had kindness.
Yeah, okay. Well, I stand corrected. And either which way, I want to thank Fred for giving me here down in the basement of his building. He's got his workshop, beautiful workshop set up, a lot of space, which is really nice. And he had a lot of pieces down there of walnut wood that were too small for him to work with, but are just great for me for what I do and whatnot. So I just got a little bit out to show you a sample because I can't pick up this whole box and fit it into this little screen here. But this is a sampling of some of the things that he gave me here. Some little pieces of walnut, which I think would make some really nice little walnut sleds to put stitches on and stuff like that. A lot of these little pieces. And
was he making boxes?
No, somebody else was making boxes, he said, and he had these pieces left over. Looks like somebody tried to cut up on that and gave up.
Nice.
So I'm actually making some plans with some of these here because I want to finish this box. I want to put maybe a different color. Wouldn't it be nice to put maple in here and let that fill in and then have a nice maybe maple top or mahogany.
With a stitch on top.
And then be able to put a stitch on top.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I got a lot of this stuff in there, and I'm not going to take the time to pull every little piece out and show you.
Walnut.
It's all walnut. Well, he gave me some of it was oak as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, solid oak, which is really well kept and well seasoned. So I'm actually already making plans for that. But I just want to say, Fred, thank you so much for your kindness. Hopefully, I'll have something nice to show you next time we visit the shop next month. Oh, by the way.
That's right. So we've got some big news. Yeah, we sent some spools to Sandy's shop, CrosStitchCrafts, and she's already received them. And she said when she got them in, she had already sold one before she even took it out of the box. So if you want some spools, Sandy's CrosStitchCrafts. No, CrosStitchCrafts is the name. Yeah. They have some.
Yeah, if you're in the area, or even if it's far away, Sandy's and go visit Sandy and Fred. It's well worth the trip.
Well worth the trip.
And they're really super nice people, nice shop, so much stuff to see and do.
And they also live there.
They also live there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Must be something about these people over across the shops.
I know.
Whatever, that kind of thing.
So we've got some other news, couple of things, which one is a secret as far as the designer. But we're collaborating with a designer, a wonderful designer.
We're collaborators. And we have designed a spool for her stitch, and it's going to be a stitch that she's going to be doing that's many stitches, that's going to be a series. So Peter has designed a spool for her specific to her design, and it's going to be featured in Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher fall issue. Yeah. Our spool is going to be featured also, which is incredible. I am absolutely thrilled. I am to be asked to be able to do that. Of course, I always love to do that anyway. Somebody could ask me to do things for them there. Yeah. But this is really special.
This is really special.
Nice spool for her.
Nice spool. And matter of fact, we're going to offer it exclusively to CrosStitchCrafts for 6 months from the date of the release. So if you want that spool, if you're going to be stitching this particular designer's series, you'll need to go to talk to Sandy at CrosStitchCrafts.
That's right.
It'll be there. Also, another exciting thing.
But wait, there's more.
is July 22nd is their 25th anniversary of them being in business. So they're having a party, a huge birthday anniversary party. And they have invited us to come, which we were so excited for that and
back
thrilled.
in Johnson City, Tennessee. What a beautiful city.
Beautiful city, yeah. And so we're going to be going July 22nd and helping them celebrate the years that they've been in business. Yeah. They've offered Peter to have a table there with his goodies on it. And not just spools, but also Skeps and other things.
All kinds of stuff.
So this is going to be our first time doing this.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring my guitar and stuff too, so we can get a hold down going on there. Dragging some other musicians or something like that. Just have a good old time and keep everybody entertained. It's gonna be a lot of fun because that's just kind of the city that it is and the atmosphere that's in that place. It's so wonderful.
That's right. And matter of fact, Annie, the proper stitcher, Annie Turner, is coming there too. So we get a chance to meet Annie.
Wow.
So that'd be nice. So if you're in the area, make your way to Johnson City, Tennessee, and come and meet Annie and us and Sandy and Fred and
Have a good
Amy
time.
and probably not telling who else is going to be
There you
there.
go.
Yeah. So we're really looking forward to that.
Have a good time. Good time. Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
yeah. So we left there at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, and we
the
didn't want
23rd.
to.
No, we didn't want to.
But we had to go north, so actually we left Tennessee and went in through Kentucky because we stayed in Kentucky.
That's when, yes.
So we went up into, as far as we could, into Kentucky before I turned into a pumpkin.
Yeah, me too.
And we stopped
We were
someplace
hungry,
there,
I
and
think, too, weren't we?
we're hungry.
We're hungry, yeah.
So we stopped there, found a hotel, and after the fiasco trying to get into the building,
Yeah. Oh, well, we won't go there.
that's another story.
Yeah.
We'll go there, but hey, that's that when you take trips,
It's
things
not
like
just-
that happen.
Yeah,
you know.
you have to kind of be really flexible.
Really
you know.
flexible, yeah. And so anyway, we stayed the night, got up next morning, and finally punched on through to Ohio,
Ohio.
all the way to Cincinnati.
Yeah, but before we got there, yeah, we stopped at a rest stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And Peter wanted to stretch his legs, and I did too.
yeah.
Yeah,
We got some bad news.
yeah we had some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
We had a little cattle dog named Buddy.
yeah.
We'll put a picture in there of him there, and he was getting old, and he knew he wasn't probably much long for the world actually. And we have our neighbor here who does dog sitting, does beautiful work. Love
Barbara,
Buddy,
we love you, Barbara.
and just the best possible. We had some other options for him, but this was absolutely the best to put him with somebody who would really care for him, take
Yeah,
care
in a home.
of his needs in a home and that. And but we got a call that he was.
He was in bad shape.
Bad shape,
We had to had to talk to the vet and get it approved that our neighbor could take him into the vet. And then we talked to the vet, and they were going to do tests and see if they could figure out what was wrong. He was just in bad shape. But anyway, so we got the call while we were at the rest stop. We were walking around. They had a little park there.
Yeah, walk around just praying, trying to find some
Yeah.
peace because
Little peace,
things were
yeah.
just you
Yeah,
don't want
we're
to
not
feel
good.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we got the call, and we had to make the decision, and we told the vet, real sweet vet, that we would call her back. We just wanted to talk about it, and so we did, and we called her back, and it was killing us that we couldn't be there, but we were
Yeah.
900 miles away, and
Yeah, he wouldn't have made it.
he wouldn't have made it 2 days for us to
Well,
get back.
I take back. They could have given him drugs and just barely kept him alive till we got back, but still.
He would have been, the vet said he was really he was suffering. So,
Yeah,
being a pet owner, that's
yeah,
unfortunately one of the things that you have to face.
yeah.
Eventually, and but he was with us for 14 and a half years, and we were able to the vet called, and we were able to say goodbye on the phone
Yeah.
and talk to him. And it was really hard. We just
was.
stayed at the rest stop for about an hour.
Yeah, we just couldn't go anywhere. We sat there and just tried to gather our wits to move on, to go accomplish the mission that we came to do.
Right.
And so we kind of had to stuff everything down in a box, so to say.
Yeah.
And
Compartmentalize.
yeah,
Men seem to be a little bit better at that than women are, but God gave us the grace to do that.
he did.
We had a lot of people praying for us.
So thankful for all that.
We're so thankful for that. We texted our care group and our pastor at church and friends and let them know what was going on.
Because a family member, it's how if anybody who's owned pets before, you know exactly what we're talking about. They don't last as long at all, and when they go, it's a family
hard.
member. You go in there,
hard.
and what really made it hard, it really hit home when we got home.
Yeah, that was
A little over
that
a
was
week
when it
later.
really hit us. It was at night when things were quiet. That's when I thought about it. But during the day when we were going, we were able to just.
Yeah.
It was still there, but we were able to. God gave us the grace to get through.
Yeah.
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 So anyway, we headed to Cincinnati.
We went to Cincinnati, and we found Keepsakes.
Keepsakes.
And city, boy, Cincinnati's a big city. Wow,
Yeah.
it dwarfs our little Raleigh city. It looks like Raleigh looks like an outpost compared to Cincinnati.
It is a big city.
But actually, we went
Lot of-
outside of
lot of
Cincinnati.
highways.
Cincinnati, I guess Sharonville.
Sharonville, yeah.
And
True,
Sharonville.
yeah.
And again, set up in another house, nice old
Yeah.
house. But man, what a
Beautiful
job they did
house.
of converting
Oh, my
that
goodness.
house to a shop, the different levels, and so many things. You could spend
Wow.
literally days going through this place, and you'd never see everything.
Yeah. It was just,
fantastic.
I was in shock walking in. It was like, oh my gosh, I had never seen so much stitching there in one place.
Yeah.
Everywhere you looked. Oh,
We don't have this around our area here,
beautiful.
so she just kind of went into information overload.
Ooh.
A couple of times I had to stop and tell her to breathe. And you'll see in our video there, I tried to do my best to take pictures of everything. I don't think I even got everything, but...
Oh,
so.
Barbara is the owner. She was so gracious to let us come in and record and friendly, and I shopped, and we just had a great time. Peter recorded while I shopped.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping to meet Stephanie while we were up there as well too, because Kathy watches the video all the time. Of course, I'm sitting there in my chair, so but we missed her that day. She wasn't working there. So maybe next time we're up there, we can.
That's her day off. So next time we do plan to go on any other day but Wednesday.
We'll be
meet.
going back to Ohio for sure.
Yeah.
I'm almost sure because all the stores they have there.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna move to Ohio.
Okay. I've been trying to get her moved with Alaska to me, but she says it's too cold up there, so she's gonna miss me.
But anyway, all the folks
Good
there,
compromise,
Susan and Lynn, and I can't remember all the good folks that were there. Y'all were so gracious, so sweet. Kitted stuff I wanted to get kitted. Oh my word.
Yeah, we even saw a 310.
And we saw 310. He was walking. There was stitching going on. There's a stitching group going on, and it was just all this hum of voices and just. It was just awesome.
Yeah, 310's a little kitty cat, little black kitty cat. And went walking through there and said hi.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to pet him, but anyway. So we did record a video. Peter recorded a video, and I edited it, and it's up on our FlossTube channel, and it has gotten a lot of love. Yeah. So y'all go check it out and see what you think.
It's a must see.
It's a must see and a must visit.
Must visit. Definitely must visit.
Yeah, and there was StitchCon going on. I think Keepsakes had a lot of. They were really busy these past 2 weeks.
I tell you, these women, they got so much going on. I don't know how they keep up with all that stuff. I tell you.
Yeah. So anyway, I did get some haul, so I wanted to share some haul with you. I'm trying to keep all this together, because I've got fabric that goes with certain things. Anyway, I saw this, and from the first time I saw this chart, The Visitor by the Blackberry Rabbit. I knew I wanted to stitch it. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful chart. Ooh, can I do that? Do you think I can do that?
You bet. You
can.
Can.
I don't know what year this was done. It's 140 by 108. And the model was stitched on 32 count, they said, but I'm not sure what theirs was stitched on. Theirs was more of a yellowish, and it's in our video, so if you want to see it. Was it Susan? I think it was Susan. Oh no, it's the lady that does the fabric, and I can't remember her name. I'm sorry. Lynn? No. But anyway, she recommended, she said, do you like prim? And I said, yeah, I like prim. I like, old-fashioned looking. She said, well, I suggest needle and flax shallow. So this is what she suggested. I'm going to do it this way. Isn't that pretty? It's got a lot of beautiful texture. I think it'll be gorgeous. Yeah. And then she... they pulled the threads for me, the flosses and everything.
Boy, I tell you, talk about a full service.
Oh, they were, like I said, they were so gracious.
A whole room just for these things.
Look at this. What a floss. I'm not going to pull them all out, but it's a ton. Oh, maybe I should pull it.
You pull it because nobody can see in the back there.
Okay.
We've got them colors.
And you can't see them all. I mean, my goodness, look at all these beautiful. Beautiful.
A fistful there.
Ooh, look at all that. Blues and yellows and reds and pinks and greens. And
you're going to have a ball doing all that.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful. These are all the classic color works and the Simply Shaker General Arts that are in there. Look at all those colors. And then these are the Weeks Die Works. And she made a couple of substitutions. I think it was oh boy, I got something all twisted around there.
It's a hazard of thread.
It's twisted. Sorry, guys. Hope you can see the colors. Oh, there we go.
You did that pretty good.
Yeah. And then there's a little handful of DMCs. Oh, I think it's going to be beautiful.
Indeed.
Indeed.
I can't wait till we get done with those. We can frame and get them up on the wall. That's what I want to do.
Well, me too.
Like to do framing.
I'm gonna leave that over there. And then I took the big blue house pin keep in. I wanted to get that, get the floss for that. So Susan pulled the floss for me for that, and I was gonna use the fabric that I got, the Lakeside Linen navy bean, which I think that's gonna be really pretty for that. And then I got the floss for this. All classic Colorworks in 1 week. Isn't that going to be pretty? Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's going to be gorgeous. And so I had the fabric, and then I've wanted this for a long time, and I tried to order it back when the stitch along was going on, but I couldn't find it. It's Cross Stitch Nation Heartstring Samplery. I belong to the Cross Stitch Nation. I like that. So I got that. And then I got some Needle and Flax Dolly Madison. This is for my stash. I got a fat quarter of that, which I think is really pretty. That'll be good for anything. It's just a good neutral. I like neutrals. So that was my stash from Keepsakes. And I could have gone a whole lot more.
Oh,
But
yeah.
that was
that was
quite a bit.
they have a lot of stuff up there. Really, I mean, it's worth the trip up there. That's for sure.
Worth the trip. And they had, customers in and out the whole time we were there.
Yeah.
And we've got a lot of news about Keepsakes with our work. We're going to be working with Barbara.
Yep.
She's got a thing coming up called Summer Stitch.
Summer Stitch, right? Yep.
And you're working on an order of spools for that.
Spools for that.
Yeah.
Spools for that camp there. Yeah.
And I think these are going to be specific to her release that's coming out in July, or that people are going to be receiving in July on pre-orders of the Tiny Town series, Anytown. Yep.
So I wasn't kidding when I said I was spooling around. We got wood spinning out there, and just I doing so much. I'm sleeping. I'm dreaming of wood spinning around, and
Yeah, so we've got that going on.
it's all
Summer
good.
Stitch.
It's all good. Love it.
Yeah, and then after Summer Stitch with Barbara, we're going to be working on Stitch Away 2024.
Yep.
She wants to do a trunk show at Stitch Away 2024. So Peter's going to be working mad, like the Mad Hatter.
That's
getting
it. That's
everything ready. She said, Skeps, everything, just whatever you want to send.
Bidding up those supplies, all different kinds of things there. So they'll have a lot of goodies in the shop there to add to.
Right. And then there's a big possibility of having a pop-up shop at StitchCon next year.
Would love to do that. That's a lot of work, a lot of things to prepare for something like that. But wow, it's just so much fun. And I mean, we didn't know it because we were just like 3 shops into our trip.
Right.
A lot of road there, but still, how much fun it was going to be to just be around all these people, and in addition to the shops, which.
Right.
When we get to Finley and we talk about the retreat that she went to, we'll be more expressions about that. But wow, what a joy it is to meet with these people and be able to share in their excitement of what they do with that which I do. So
yeah, and the energy is real.
Yeah,
I know you guys that have shops in your area, LNSs, and they have been to many retreats. You probably know that energy.
Yeah,
and It's wonderful that we can all share in something that we love to do, that honors God and country and the work of our hands.
joy of the heart.
Yeah, joy of our heart.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to take a brief break.
Pause.
Yeah, and clear the table a little bit and make room for
More stuff.
more stuff. So we'll see you in a
Hey
few.
everybody, we're back now.
Back.
Sorry for that pause.
Well, we had to pause for the cause.
And clean up and reset
Redo.
for all this other stuff we got to show you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we left there, Cincinnati. We went up to Findlay, Ohio.
Made our way to Findlay, Ohio. Yeah.
And what a nice little town that is, Findlay. And the air was so cool and clean, and the countryside looked so pretty. Everything's so green up there. And it was amazing because they were telling us how much that they were wishing they had rain.
Right, that is.
But
Yeah.
Anyway, it's such a beautiful part of the country up there. I never saw that part of Ohio before, and it was really, really nice.
I had never been to Ohio, and it really is a pretty state.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we got up there to Finley. We got all checked into the retreat center,
To
the Finley Inn.
and that is a nice place.
Yes,
if
it
you ever
is.
get a chance to go, it's right downtown, and it's clean and just beautifully maintained.
Yep. All kinds of everything you need is all around there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And especially craft gallery, which is the most important.
Yeah. But anyway, when we got there, and we'll share pictures at the end. We'll do a bunch of pictures at the end. But anyway, when we got there Thursday night, there was a meet and greet.
That's right.
Yeah. And light dinner, just kind of pickups. But I was so anxious, we couldn't hardly wait to get downstairs, and there were a couple people starting to gather at one table. So we went down, got our name tags, my name tag, and we just sat down with them like we'd known for years.
Just talking, chatting away like old lost friends, old buddies.
Yeah. And Jan Calvert was there, and her sister, and oh my gosh, what a hoot you are, Jan. I love meeting you. That was so much fun. And Merritt came, and then Ann, I met Ann Toth, and then Carol came. I heard her, somebody behind me said, I recognize that voice anywhere. It was Carol, and I got to hug her neck.
Yeah.
And Martha was there. I met Martha and sure enjoyed your company, Martha. And there were so many others. Dawn, I think there were 2 Dawns. Dawn, yeah. And Sylvia showed up running with needles and scissors.
Yeah. Merritt.
And Merritt.
Ran the Merritt in the hallway. I said, hey, hi there.
Yeah, recognize her. She is Merritt, you are beautiful. You are so beautiful. I just love hugging your neck and being with you and spending time.
I don't know if I thanked you enough for their finding those tools at that auction for me there one time, calling me up and there's some beautiful set of tools that I really probably couldn't have afforded otherwise there that because of the auction I was able to get that even pay for them.
Use them every day.
They're excellent tools. So thank you, Merritt. And it was so wonderful to see you face to face, hug your neck and and Carol.
And she was so kind. She brought us a little gift and it had local honey. Oh my goodness, good. And these Buckeye chocolate and peanut butter candies.
Yeah, boy.
2 packs.
They're gone.
One for Peter.
They're gone.
One for me. Who got into it first? Do you want to know?
Well, she left me unattended while they're at the retreat. I hear them,
Yeah, okay.
That's what happens when you leave me without parental supervision.
Yeah.
So I'll teach you.
Anyway, so we had a delightful evening. Peter took a little video just walking around listening to, not listening, but you can hear all the conversations just going on, just buzzing it. That was a great start to the retreat.
Everybody seemed like they're having a great time. And
people were just starting to pour in and getting their name tags.
It didn't take very long. They're whipping out their projects and they're already first day.
Stitching right there at the table.
Right
Yeah, and we couldn't go into the stitching room yet. We were in the central part. It kind of reminds me of what it looks like at the Nashville Market, where there's an open area in the bottom, and then the rooms go up from there. Yeah, and our room looked out onto the atrium area.
Inside,
It was nice. And that's where we ate. That's where we ate our meals.
And our meals there and all that. And these ladies weren't phased at all. Said that the room wasn't open yet, no problem.
Yeah, no problem.
Their little lights out and everything working.
Yeah, but anyway, we hung around for a pretty good while. But me and Peter were pretty wiped. So we stayed till about 9:30.
But
there was some die-hard stitchers down there still stitching
I tell
away.
you, they're show-offs.
And one of the hotel staff came in and she brought the lights all the way up.
Yeah.
She said, hey, I think you guys need some more light.
They were very nice. The staff there at
Staff
Finley
was wonderful.
Man, they did. There was anything you needed, they would do it for you. Find a way to get it done. That was really good.
Yeah. So anyway, that was Thursday night, and then they said, be up early, be at the door about, what was it, 8 o'clock?
Something like that.
Yeah. And breakfast started at 6:30, I think.
Yeah.
Peter was up every morning going downstairs, and he didn't meet a stranger, so he was down there with all the ladies drinking coffee and eating breakfast.
I had to wait till they could open up there. I'm usually up at 4 in the morning anyway.
And then he'd come back up and bring me a coffee, and I'd have a coffee.
It's hard to get her peepers open to pry them open there. Not an early riser, she is.
Yeah, but I did make it No, I didn't make it by the time the doors
No,
opened.
you
Yeah,
did not.
I did
You
not.
made it for lunch. That's
No, I did make it. I mean, Ann, we put our stuff down there and grabbed some breakfast, and then Ann took my basket in for me, and because we were going to sit together. There was 4 of us that wanted to sit together, which was so nice. Love that. But anyway, sitting on our table as we go in is this beautiful little bag. Let me flip this over with a DMC. Isn't that cute? Of course, I took the tissue paper out, so everybody was digging in and seeing what we got. We got these wonderful diamond fingernail files, set of 3. So like one for your pocketbook, one for home, and one for your stitching basket or whatever. But that was from Paula and Carlton.
Boy, they really put it on. I tell you, when they throw a party, they don't fool around.
Yeah, nice little kit
Yes,
with some beautiful floss. Sullivan's. There was candy in here, of course. A nice pen, and this is the neatest pen, and y'all probably already seen this, but I'm gonna show it to you again. It has a ruler on it, and I used this while I was there because I was trying to, figure out where I wanted to start. Can you see that?
Kathy's a penaholic. There's
I love
there's
pen.
a
I
pen
love
she
pens.
has met that didn't fall in love with it.
And a flashlight.
How about that?
Ooh, flashlight keychain.
The LED lights are strong.
Yeah. So
That's
that
nice.
was really nice.
Was it?
Yeah. And the candy's gone. There was candy in there.
I never saw the candy nor the bag till just now. So she was here talking about me eating the Buckeye candies here. Look at this one. I didn't even share. I know. So that's how it is. Huh?
Yeah. And then not too long after that, Paula and Carlton came in with bags full of our stitching goodies. And he was handing them out like Santa Claus. Carlton was so cute, and Paula. But anyway, and I showed this on my FlossTube that I did earlier in the week that was about Stitch Mania. But anyway, this was sitting on this he passed out to everybody. Everybody got this beautiful box. Sorry for the noise. Making beautiful things. This is Molly and Polly, cousins. Just a girl with needle and thread. Isn't that darling? And in the box was not one, but 2 charts. Both of them.
Look at that, huh?
Just a girl. And making beautiful things. So not only were the charts in there, we had fabric for both of them. And it was a fox and rabbit paper bark, 36 count. And we had all the floss.
Oh wow, look at all that.
All the floss. So it was a kit. Kitted up with Week Style Works and Classic Colorworks.
Isn't that nice?
And the DMC.
Boy.
And there was another pen.
Another pen. Wow.
And the pen is also a light. Isn't that cool? And a beautiful set of stork scissors. And a needle minder.
It's like a spool to me.
Spool, needle minder, yeah, with needle. Sticker, Teresa's sticker. That sure doesn't focus very good, Peter. I don't know why.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's not your fault, just the way it is. So everybody was thrilled, absolutely thrilled. And we couldn't believe that we didn't get just one, but we got 2.
Isn't that nice? Well, they sure were generous.
Beautiful charts. And I'm telling you, a lot of folks, including me, started on it pretty much right away. It was something about getting it started there at the retreat that was fun.
Yeah.
I showed my progress in my Mania Stitch update. So, and then I'll be showing it again in my regular FlossTube, but I didn't bring it downstairs, so sorry. Anyway, I started with the Making Beautiful Things with this one. She also had these for sale, which I went ahead and got the small accessories pouch. And she had the little bit larger one for all your stitching goodies for your stitching.
Isn't that handy?
Yeah, so now I'm going to put my stitch in there. But, I love this box. That's so handy to have everything in a box.
Good, hard, solid box.
Yeah, and that is a keeper.
Just don't get the cardboard wet.
I love boxes. Yeah, don't spill anything. Anyway, so that was our retreat stitch. And I'm sure it will probably be released. I think normally it's a year later or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be available to everybody. And then there was, all throughout the retreat, you would leave your chair, and come back, and there would be a little something extra. Merritt made these. Merritt Crawford was So Just Because Buzz. These little pinwheels on a clothespin.
Isn't that neat?
She made one for everybody.
Wow.
And I think, Paula and Carlton, everybody got one.
She is so creative.
She is so creative. Not only did she make that, she made, it came like this. Look how pretty, with her sticker on it. Let me open it. Oh, I hate to open it up because it's that label.
You had to open up sometime.
I know, but it's just so pretty. How gorgeous. A needle book. Thank you, Merritt.
Very nice.
Look at all the
Merritt.
stitching. Beautiful. And she did it in green because she knows green is my favorite color. And, let me open it up.
Wow.
Look
that's
how nice. Isn't that pretty?
Boy.
Look how pretty for my needles. So now I can start using this. And she included a pack of needles. Thank you, Merritt.
Beautiful job, Merritt. That's
Beautiful
very nice.
job.
Very nice.
And then a little bit later in the retreat, she made these for our table. Why can't I get it to focus? Yeah, I'm hoping it showed up. So thank you, Merritt. I want you to know that I've searched high and low. Me and Peter went to Hobby Lobby, and they didn't have these anymore. Evidently, they're discontinued in North Carolina. So I went on Amazon and ordered some, and the smaller ones, they're a lot smaller. So I tried again, and they're bigger. But I'm gonna use them anyway. You've inspired a lot of people to make these. There was a couple ladies there that went to Hobby Lobby while they were there.
That's right, yeah.
And got some. So, and I know Carol, you got some too, didn't you? Then Carol, my sweet friend, got me this.
Oh, look at a bee skep.
He's a bee skep. She said she couldn't pass that up. Isn't that pretty? And then I think this was Jan. I'm thinking this might have been Jan. She gave one of these to everybody with this beautiful antique business card. It's a project card. And you can write what the project is and the fabric and the threads. Which I think that's a great idea. I'd like to get some of these. Thank you, Jan. And then Marcia and Beth, they were twins, and they gave everybody one of their floss tags. Isn't that a cute picture? Isn't that a cute picture?
No one's there.
And then I can't remember the lady's name. I think this was the lady and her husband. She had red hair, real lively and friendly.
Yeah. Wow.
I think they make these, and a basket went around, and you could choose what you wanted. And I had a hard time choosing, but this is how I was stitching at the retreat. So I thought that was appropriate for me. I was a snail. Oh. I learned a lot. I learned that you bring something to work on that is outlined so you can fill in. Making a new start at the retreat is not always good.
Yeah, fill in's good.
But I wanted to do that anyway because I wanted to be able to say I started
at the retreat. Yeah.
At
That was
the
your
retreat.
first retreat?
That was my first retreat, and oh my, what a retreat to go to.
Not a last one.
Oh, if y'all get a chance, don't miss the Craft Gallery
worth
retreat
it,
next
every
year.
bit of it, yeah.
And I am going to be sitting there with my my finger on the mouse when the tickets go on sale when it's open next year because I want to go back.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
Also, I wanted to. I saw Carol Fawcett stitching this some time ago, and I said, "Oh, I love that! I love that chart so much. I want to stitch that." And she said, "Well, I'll bring it to you when I'm done. I'll let you borrow it." And I thought, she didn't remember it, but she said before she came to the retreat, she said, "I'm bringing Lullabies." Lullaby, and I said, "Oh my gosh, you remembered." So anyway, I want to make this a new start sometime soon. I just love this, and she showed me her finish, and it is lovely. It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, and then we did our gift exchange, and I was me and I can't remember her name, Peggy. We were the last one. I was actually the last one. So I was the last man standing.
How about that?
But anyway, I got this really cute bird chart, 4th of July. I just love it. I can't
Very
remember
patriotic.
Yeah, isn't that cute with a button on it? I just think that's so cute. Her stitch is beautiful.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah.
Very prim. I like it. Yeah, love it. And I tell you what, I think we probably gained 10 pounds.
Oh boy, today if we weren't doing anything else, we were eating there, right?
Yeah. They fed us so good. Matter of fact, they closed their restaurant, their bar and restaurant, and so the chef could do nothing but cook our meals. So we had breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they weren't small meals.
No, they put out the food. I tell you.
Yeah.
Paul and Carlton, you guys really did an outstanding job. I tell you.
Did amazing. Amazing. Yeah. It was. I mean, 3 meals a day, big breakfast. It wasn't just a small breakfast. They had eggs and sausage
big
and biscuits
buffet,
and
I tell you,
bagels.
Buffets are dangerous places for me to be.
Delicious coffee.
Oh yeah.
Any time of day you want a coffee, get the coffee. And the lunches and dinners were amazing. There was dessert and several different kinds of dessert at every one. The last meal were these hamburgers. They had to have been a pound, half a pound.
Brontosaurus burgers.
They were huge. Oh my gosh. And they were grilled. They were cooked on a grill. Yeah.
Oh, so good.
So delicious. And everything was fresh. Everything was, it couldn't have been any better. So we thank you for that, Paula and Carlton. You were an amazing host.
Yes, you are.
You really treated us well. And we went to, of course, I've got a little haul from Craft Gallery. I bought this new piece from Teresa, Sweet Land. I love it. Patriotic Stitch. Sweet Land of Liberty.
Very nice. And
one thing that's great about Teresa is she blends her floss. She doesn't just use fancy floss. I mean, it's classic Colorworks, Weeks Dye Works, and DMC. And the majority of it is DMC, which I really do appreciate that because it makes it more affordable.
Yeah.
Anyway, me and Carol, and I can't remember who else was there, but this is stitched on Spilled Coffee by XJude Design.
It looks like coffee spill, sure enough.
Yeah, I think that's what this is, but there's no tag. There's not a tag on it, so I'm thinking that's what this is. It kind of has the smell of XJude Design. Look at that! So I went ahead and got a fat quarter of this. Look at that. So I'm not sure where I'll decide to stitch it. If I'll get one of those big splotches in there, I don't know, but we'll see when I decide to stitch it. And then I couldn't pass up in his image. They had two of these that were stitched, and both of them were just stunning. I mean, just so gorgeous. So I opted to stitch it on the call for what one of the samples was called, and it was 40 count aged hazelnut. by XJude Design. And that is a gorgeous, gorgeous fabric.
Very nice. Yeah.
Oh, XJude Design, I don't know what they use on their smell.
Oh yeah, that smells really nice. Yeah.
And then I had another stitchy kindness from Paula when she saw that I was getting this chart and the fabric. She said, I'll be right back, I'll be right back. And she ran back into the back and came back. Let me take this out of the little pack. Which she didn't have to do this.
That was very nice. She's just so kind.
She was so kind. I just love her so much. Made in his image.
Nice. We might have to switch that around to, yeah. We're doing our selfie camera with our phone here this time instead
so we can see.
so we can see what's actually going on. But it was really nice meeting Teresa at that at the retreat there.
Teresa was nice. Amazing. She is she is a genuinely sweet, kind person. And she was just one of us there, you know. She was at a table and she ate with us and she got up and talked, and it was just like, you know, just listening to a friend.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice meeting you, Teresa.
Yeah, really enjoyed you, Teresa. Yeah. Hope to see you again at another retreat.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So that was a real joy. And then we stayed Sunday night. We decided to stay Sunday night.
Sunday night, we left.
We left
next day.
Monday morning and headed to
up towards not far from Lake Erie there. In Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cleveland area. That's where we went. Yeah.
Because there was 2 stores we wanted to visit in that area.
Yes.
And they were closed on Monday, Memorial Day. So we just kind of took the day and took our time and just leisurely went through the country.
Yeah, we did. Oh, it's so nice.
It was so
peaceful
beautiful.
And calm. In spite of everything, the whirlwind of everything going on and the situation with little buddy there.
Yeah.
And that was just a nice, peaceful time. We were thankful for that.
Yeah, we didn't do highway that day. We just cut country roads, and we've got some pictures we'll share at the end too of that. Just wheat fields as far as you can see, rolling hills, farm country,
nice.
Churches, you know, just beautiful.
That's the way to see the country.
Yeah. So we're moving to Ohio.
Okay with me. I'm ready to go.
So we're gonna pause just for a minute, and I have 3 stacks back there that I need to pull forward.
Okay. All right.
We'll go from there.
We'll see you in a minute.
Hey, we're back.
Back again.
We're back. A lot of things to shift around here.
Yeah.
So from there, from the Craft Gallery retreat, when we left, we headed to Broadview Heights.
Broadview Heights, yep. That's the next place on the stop there.
And spent the night, and that was close to Crafty You. We were just like 5 minutes from Crafty You, right?
Yep, where we met Janine and her staff.
Yeah, that was really nice meeting y'all.
Yeah, it was very nice. I was so glad to see you all there.
It was so friendly. When we went in first, and there was a lady working, and I'm sorry, I can't remember your name. You were so sweet, but she was there by herself, and we just started talking to her. And then a little bit later, Janine came in. She wasn't, I don't think she was planning on coming in, but she came in, so we're glad she did. So we got to meet her. And then a little bit later, Pat showed up.
Pat did, yeah. And I think we wrote your name down first there, so we apologize for that, but we do appreciate the greeting you gave us when we came in, walking into the door like that.
Yeah, everybody was so gracious, and what a beautiful shop.
Very nice, very nice.
You have so many beautiful stitched items and charts everywhere you look, and it was just very organized and clean, and every shop has its own little specialty, it seems like. Yeah. But this was a very nice shop, and we had a lovely visit with Janine. And of course, I did a little shopping, and she said it was fine for Peter to record, so he did record, and we'll have that video as well as Craft Gallery, and then the last 2 places also sometime this week. It takes a little while for me to get in and edit and decide on the music because there's so much good music.
But we got a good feel for the place. I did a overview of everything, and so you can see how it's laid out and all the materials and the threads and all kind of
just beautiful
everything
fabric,
they have there.
Everything, and everybody has a different way of displaying things, and I love that. I love the uniqueness and the flavor of each shop.
Yeah.
And the shop owner, you know, that takes on their personality, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was a beautiful shop. We really enjoyed visiting there.
Beautiful shop, yes. And we have a lot going on, possibilities coming up with Janine as well. She asked us if we would be interested in doing the North Coast Tour to Stitch. And of course, we had heard a little bit about this, and we just said absolutely, that would be incredible. And so we're coming on board with her doing the Tour to Stitch. So she'll have Peter's trunk show there, and we're going to try to get it to her early, you know, in plenty of time for her to have it.
Sure.
And then she's also she does the Still City Stitchers Retreat, and from what I understand, that's coming up in March, and she would also like for you to have some items there.
That's right, March 24.
March of 24.
So that's a lot of things to be preparing for here.
So lots of possibilities. And Pat was there, and she was looking at one of Peter's spools, and she just kept looking at it and petting it. She said, "This is beautiful. Can I get one like this?" And we said, "Well, you can get that one if you want to." And she said, "Well, put my name on it." So she went and got a sticker and put her name on it. So we're going to send that when we send the Tour to Stitch.
Right. Yeah, beautiful piece of oak. And,
so that is just for you, Pat.
Yeah.
And I did a little bit of shopping there, which is, oh my gosh, you know, the more you look, the more you see. And the more you see, the more you
buy.
Want. And the more you want, the more you buy.
That's
but
the way it works.
I wanted something that I could stitch in the car, and I was thinking about doing one of the paper pieces. But then I was talking to, who was it? Was it Pat I was talking to? And she said, "Well, have you seen these?" And that's the Ugly Sweater series.
Which is not ugly at all.
By Canadian Stitcher, which, yeah, this one isn't ugly at all. And she said, this is perfect for being in the car because you can see the holes. Okay. And you use 2 strands of floss, and it comes with all the floss. It's the kit all encompassed in here.
Everything you need is in there.
Everything you need, even the little backing piece. So I said, yeah, so ding. So I got this one. Oh, I pulled like 4 or 5 and said, okay, Peter, which one is your favorite? So this is his favorite. But I do want to get the pink flamingo.
The snowman.
The snowman. I think there's a penguin. There's a bunch. So these are really cute. Yeah. So I got that.
Irresistible.
I got the Rose Cottage Sampler Pin Keep by Stacy Nash, which is beautiful. They had that there in a glass case, shown finished, and it was, oh my goodness, so beautiful. So I couldn't resist that. And I had looked at this in another of the shops that we visited, but they were out at that particular time. So I went ahead, they had it, and it's the With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais, Peter and Peep. It is so precious. Oh my gosh. And I can't remember who it was that's stitching this. Oh, forgive my memory, guys. I don't mean to be forgetful. But anyway, and then I saw this, and I've been wanting to get this one too, Crowns and Shields. Blackbird Designs. Oh, how beautiful. I love this one down here with all the color. And that ruffle. I used to be a big ruffle fan. Ruffles fan. Here's the original.
The potato chips?
No, not potato chips. Oh, it's just, this is an incredible book. And Brenda says, by all the blackbirds. So, okay, Brenda, I'm listening. And they had Winter Rose Manor stitched there. But instead of the house being in conch, or whatever it is, the pink house, they did it in blue. I'll insert a picture of that too at the end. So I hopped on board that train, which I've been wanting this chart, but I wasn't real sure. I love the pink, but there was something about that blue. Just, oh my gosh, it was gorgeous. And then they had this, which I think is gorgeous. Sampler roll by Samplers Remembered. Look at the little neighborhood. Oh my word. How beautiful. And I would want to finish it just like that, if possible.
Pretty.
and they had this stitched on the wall, and I have seen these little birds, Bothy Threads Jolly Robin, and they had a kit. Oh, look at that little cutie. Oh my goodness. And it comes all kitted up with this Ada 14 count polka dot. I mean, it has dots on it. And I was talking to Pat, and I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it on Ada or not. I may do it on linen. She said, do it on the Ada. She did it, and she said it is gorgeous. So I'm going to do it on Ada.
There you go. That was good.
So that was my haul. And then they had a couple of freebies. A heart and hand freebie, do what you love. Oh, show this down here. So if you go there, you can get this freebie. And then this is a freebie that they offer. It's Lucky You. Oh, which that's perfect for Crafty You. Oh, so that was my haul from Crafty You.
Very good,
Yeah.
very good. And one of the nice things there too, that we were talking about Pat earlier, like one of my spools there, she had some wood at her house, so we drove out to her house after we visited there, and she gave me some really nice tulip poplar to turn. So I'll have some of that to show when I get to that, and turn some pieces out of that. It's very nice, nice wood. So thank you, Pat, for that. I do appreciate that, and it was wonderful meeting you and your lovely puppy.
Oh yeah, he's so cute.
Your nice home there and that. So
beautiful,
that was very nice.
Beautiful flowers and garden and your fountain in the back.
Really appreciate that.
Oh my gosh, that was so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from there, we weren't far from Strongsville.
Strongsville, yep. Went over there next there, yep.
Next stop was Strongsville. No, it was Strongsville, Ohio.
Strongsville, Ohio, right.
Just
right.
Stitching.
Just Stitching, yeah. We saw Shelly.
Shelly.
Hi, Shelly.
Yeah, hey Shelly. We had an appointment with her, but we ran a little bit late. So I called her and said, we are on the way. She said, I'm open.
We
I'm
go to
open.
these stores we get in and we can't get out of them.
Yeah. Well, then too, we ran over to Pat's and you get talking and it's just hard to.
We did. Yeah, I know we spent some time over talking with her because it's just a nice thing to do. And we spent a lot of time talking with Shelly too.
Yeah.
She was telling us a whole bunch of things. We had a really great conversation
it
with
was
her.
nice
It was
meeting you, Shelly. Yeah, loved your shop.
The shop was really nice shop there. Thank you much for letting us come in and do some quick overview of recording. And
we'll let you know when that recording is up on our FlossTube. I'll let you know, and you can put it on your FlossTube if you like.
Kathy's working hard on these things, and it takes a long time, a lot of decisions to make, but she's turned into quite the good video editor now.
Well, it's you learn as you go, and one video that I did this week, I don't know what I did wrong, but the voice and the lips and the movement, the voice were out of sync. So I'd talk and then you'd hear them.
Kind of like watching Chinese theater.
I don't know what I was doing wrong. Any of you guys that are floss tubers or video folks out there, give us some hints. I can use
Speech
some
therapy.
hints. I looked it up on the internet. It said, "Oh, download this app and download this app and da 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 da." And I'm like,
always people wanting to sell you stuff for sure.
Yeah. But that was the first time I had videoed on my iPad, so I don't know if that had something to do with it.
Maybe so.
I don't know.
Don't know. We're learning as we go along here.
Yeah. But anyway, it was lovely meeting you, Shelly.
Yes, it was.
And we look forward to visiting with you again sometime.
Yes.
And we did do a little bit of shopping at Shelly's too. When this came out at Market, I was really interested in getting it. It's a heartstring samplery, the Sunday Stitches. I don't know if y'all have seen this or not. This is their all of their Sunday Stitches. And there's two bonus charts. I think it's two bonus charts. And I have a few of these. I have Amazing Grace, Blessed Assurance, Thou My Best Thought by Day and by Night. So those will be shared in giveaways in future floss tubes, since I have the book now.
Well,
and
share the love.
Oh, it's actually 3 bonus charts. Is this one, He Walks With Me, In the Garden, Rock of Ages, Lord of all, to Thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise.
Nice.
Beautiful, beautiful charts. And I did start, one of my new starts for this month was Blessed Assurance.
Nice.
Yeah. So I love that.
Beautiful.
And then I ordered, I didn't order.
No,
I
she
didn't have to
bought it
order.
outright.
It's so nice to go into a shop and
Exactly.
just
If
buy
you
it
were here,
outright.
you would be ordering it. But now, since I were there,
Yeah.
another reason to move to Ohio, right?
Yeah, yeah. This is by Annie B's, Channing Street. Really beautiful, beautiful chart. I love the weeping willows in that. And the strawberry border. And all of the dogs and cats and chickens and just all kinds of creatures down in the yard. So pretty. Chickens on the side.
Yeah.
Isn't that cute? And I couldn't resist the thread drops and the floss tags.
Very good.
So ordered that. And then it comes with this project that you can, project label that you can put on your frame piece. I think that's really pretty. What a
Very
nice idea.
Very
Yeah.
nice, yeah.
And then I also ordered flower motif sampler.
Yeah.
And she didn't have that in, but she ordered it for me, so I should be getting that in when it comes in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is my haul from all of the cross-stitch stores,
Yep.
which is a lot.
We were getting ready to head back home, but Carol said, "Oh no, 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 no!
The whole
You
time.
have to go
Carol,
one
you're
more
so
place." And she said I had to go, and I didn't want her to come all the way to North Carolina just to beat me up. So I took Kathy.
I got up and walked away from the table. We were eating. It was our last dinner there, right?
Yeah.
And she got Peter, and she said, "Now you've got to take go."
Yeah, a little more direct than that, but anyway, I said, "Yes, ma'am, I'll take you there."
So we went to Anna Louisa's quilt shop
Yeah.
in Canton, Ohio.
Canton. Yeah.
And Peter did record in there, not quite as much as
Yeah.
in the other shops.
A little different feel for it. There's a quilt shop.
Quilt shop. Oh my
What
goodness.
a fantastic place.
What a beautiful
The
shop.
lady's very nice in there as well too. They were just concerned about what I was filming, but just in a general sense, they let me take some,
Right.
just some, sweeping, panning
Yeah.
views and stuff.
Yeah,
It's a
nothing
beautiful place.
real close.
If you haven't been there, believe me, Carol was absolutely right. It is
Absolutely
worth
right.
the trip
Yeah.
down there.
They had a whole room of nothing but wool applique.
Yeah.
And the owner, I can't remember what her name is, but she dyes wool. And she has a whole wall of wool that she has dyed herself. Beautiful. Beautiful.
She designed the whole setup and everything.
Designed
the
the
way she
whole
does her
setup,
displays with
yeah.
picking bed frames and buckboard wagons even in there, and it's all just really, really well
Boat.
done.
I think there's a boat. Wasn't there a little boat in
The
there?
little boat was in there, yeah, which is
and-
really nice.
Oh my goodness, it was incredible.
Yeah.
She
Worth
would
the stop.
she would go to antique stores and garage sales, wherever, and she would find these headboards and footboards, and she would make benches out of them. And that's where she would display her fabric,
Yep.
quilting fabric.
Yeah.
And talk
Very
about
creative.
fabric. Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
It was beautiful. It looked like a log cabin in there or something, didn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, it was all wood and just beautiful. And so I did get a couple of things. I bought this, since I'm not a huge wool applicator. I mean, I would love to learn. And I've got another
And
kit
you're
that I
going
need
to
that I'm
now.
going to now. But I've picked up this little kit because I love leaves and acorns, anything fall. I think that's really pretty. And this is Anna Louisa's, and these are her dyed wools. Some of them. I think maybe all of them, not sure. And that's all cut out already. And great instructions in there, so I'm looking forward to getting that. Maybe I can do that before fall.
Mm-hmm.
And then I love Kim Deal fabrics, and I've been looking at the Simple White Knots Club for a long time, the collection. And this quilt, let me take it out. You can see. This was kitted up, all kitted up. Don't have to select the fabrics. It's there for you. They had the
Nice.
samples on the wall. The quilt's already done.
Yep.
So you could see exactly how they would look. And this is gorgeous. It's called Starshine.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not beautiful? Oh my goodness, I love the star. And it finishes at 25.5 by 25.5. So that's perfect. Wall size, wall hanging, table topper. You know, you can use it for so many different things.
Yep.
All the fabric is included.
Everything in the bag there.
Everything in the bag. I love it.
Now you can carve out some time to do some quilting in amongst all your cross stitching.
When we went to Sandy's, I said, well, what would you suggest for a beginner needle pointer? Or somebody that's not even a beginner that doesn't even know how to do it. And she said, well, let me think about it. And she came back, but oh my gosh, it looks so complicated. And the kind of needlepoint that she does, it's not the canvas, it's the counted needlepoint.
Right. Yeah.
So you do it, you know, like from a chart, just like you do in cross stitching. Which, if I were to do needlepoint, I think I might like to do that. I've heard the canvas needlepoint is very, very expensive because they have to hand paint all those.
Yeah. Well, that's why it looks like a painting. The art, that type of style is really beautiful.
It is beautiful, yeah. Hers was just incredible.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's beautiful work.
What an artist.
Beautiful work.
Yeah.
So-
But anyway, at Anna Louisa's, I became part of their loyalty rewards.
Now we got to go back.
So now I got to go back and fill all this in. But she said even if you shop online, and that's one thing, you know, with doing these shop tours, it has really made me realize that my shopping, I want it to be at shops. I want it to be not just, you know, willy-nilly, you know, or always Amazon, or, you know, not that there's anything wrong with that. We do a lot of Amazon, but I want to support local shops, even if they're not local to me.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, because, you know, we want these shops to stay in business.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, they do a wonderful service to their community, to the community of stitchers, wherever we are, all across the country and world, you know. So, yeah, we want to support them as much as we can.
Yeah.
And y'all stay tuned for future shop tours from our road trip here. We're also planning a trip up to
Virginia, right?
Virginia, Southern Stitchers. They're about an hour and 44 minutes from here, which I guess you would consider that my LNS. So I need to get my butt up there.
You want to support them too.
And support them and meet them and see if we can do a shop tour. We're looking forward to the possibility of connecting with Sassy Jacks. And when she opens, I know she's doing a lot of online business, and she's working hard on getting her house ready. That's a big job, so we'd love to go up there. There's a lot of cross-stitch stores in Ohio that we didn't get to, so.
Yeah, we just didn't have time to take them all in. We had to get back to Carolina.
Yeah, I didn't have time. Plus, we were thinking, okay, Peter has got his plate full with all these wonderful possibilities and trunk shows and retreats and everything else. So we kind of need to make sure we can do that before we load. We don't want to load too much more because you are
definitely don't want to overdo it, which would be so easy to do.
Yeah.
But,
So anyway,
all good.
we'll show a bunch of pictures in the end, and just different pictures of the countryside. And the countryside was so beautiful everywhere we went.
Yes. Yeah.
And we really enjoyed just being together.
It was nice. Yeah.
It was nice.
I mean, 1,700 miles, a lot of road to see.
A lot of road.
But I gotta tell you, I enjoyed every mile of
I
it.
did too. I did too.
And,
We're thankful for a safety of travel and coming back home.
Yeah.
And a different feel here at home, you know, without Buddy. And we miss him terribly, but we're grateful that we had 14 plus years with him.
Yeah, a lot of good memories.
A lot of good memories.
Yeah.
So thank y'all for spending your time with us.
Yeah, a little over an hour here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
thank you for taking the time to watch us, and hopefully you get some information from this and inspiration to go to some of these other places and support your LNS. We need to really help to support that.
And let them know that you watched our shop tours and that, you know, you were inspired to come in if you haven't been there before, because we want them to know how much we appreciate them.
Absolutely.
So anyway, until we get ready to do our next FlossTube, we wish you well, and God bless.
Happy stitching.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so that you'll get notified of our next FlossTubes.
Indeed. And we'll see you all
Bye,
again
you
later.
guys. Love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.